Hello everyone. So in this video, we are going to understand about variable. Okay, variable in Python. Okay. So before going to understand variable, okay, I just want to tell that this concept, variable concept, is not only related to Python. Okay, this is the fundamental building blocks of any programming language, right? So if you are learning variable in Python, okay, same concept is available in every programming language, whether you are learning C or C++ or Java or Ruby or any or JavaScript, any programming language, you name it. Okay, so this is the concept you will be coming across in any programming language. Okay, so because this is the building block of any language, computer language. Okay, so understanding this concept is really good for any learner who wants to up skills in programming. Okay, so without wasting time, let's directly jump to understand what is variable. Okay, so to understand variable, okay, so first of all, let's talk about uh, what a coder or any programmer, okay, who writes code or who develops software, what he does. Okay, what he does. So when you will become coder or programmer or software engineer in future. Okay, so you will see that most of the time, okay, most of the time you are writing some kind of operation. Okay, okay, so let's say you have written 200 line of code. Okay, so in 200 line of code, you, most of the coding parts will be could be like you are doing some kind of operation. Okay, what I want to see. Okay, so so here you are focusing that there is a keyword operation. Okay, what is operation? Okay, and I'm just saying that most of the time you will be performing any kind of operation while writing code. So what does it mean? So operation means, okay, operation means let's say you want to do 5 plus 2. Okay, this is a operation. Okay, an operation is operation has also types. Okay, let's say this is addition operation. Okay, so you are performing addition. Okay, sum between 5 plus 2 or addition between 5 plus 2. Okay, or you could do 5 minus 3, or you could do 4 by 3, or you could do uh, 4 into 3, or you can do 2 plus 3 minus 3, or you could do 5 plus 5 square plus 9 plus root 5. So these are the operations. Okay, and and when you will become software, you will be also doing some kind of operation. Okay, while writing code. Okay, and not only there are these kind of operation, there are also other kind of operation. Let me write those kind of operation as well. Okay, so it may be like sometimes you will be also doing like, let's say let's say you have a list of numbers. Okay, list of numbers means you have a list. Okay, in which you have a couple of numbers, let's say 2, 5, 7, 8, 20. Okay, and your task is to find 7 in this list. I mean, your task is to find, is this 7, is this 7, just a minute. It, okay, just a minute, what happened? Is this 7, is this just a minute. Yeah, yeah, is this 7 is present in this list or not? Okay, so you will be doing such kind of operation. Or maybe you will be doing like you have a list of numbers. Okay, or you can say vector. Okay, or we can say array. So let's say it is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and other list is like 4, 3, 1, 7. Okay, and your task is to perform any operation like plus operation between these two vector or array. Okay, or subtraction. Okay, or maybe multiplication, or maybe division. Getting my point? So this is also a operation. Okay, operation means you are performing some kind of mathematical calculation. Okay, or maybe you might be doing like you have a 10 line of story. Okay, 10 line of story like there was a king. Okay, there is a story. Okay, there was a king whose name was, let's say, XYZ. Okay, and he used to he used to stay in forest. Okay, so there is a story, okay, of 10 lines. Okay, now your task would be like, hey, search a forest. Okay, forest keyword in this story. I mean to say that is this forest word is present in this story or not? Okay, so this type of operation you you would be doing in programming or coding while doing coding. Okay, so I hope you have understood what a programmer or coder actually does when they become software engineer, or they while they write code. Okay, you will be doing such kind of operation, performing operation. Okay, so okay, so why we are learning about this thing? Because this thing actually helps you to understand uh, what we do in coding or programming, and it will also help you to understand variable concept. Okay, and let's see how it is connected to variable concept. Okay, so you understood that what a coder or a programmer do uh, while writing code. Okay, or a software engineer, what they actually do. Okay, mostly. Now just try to focus on only this operation. Okay, because once we understand this operation, okay, okay, these all operations are similar to these operations. Okay, once you understand this operation, you will automatically understand these two operations. Okay, or whatever I want to explain, whatever points I want to explain to you, once you understand from this example. Okay, you can you can extend those explanation to these operation as well. Okay, there is nothing like hard. Okay, so just focus on this 5 plus 2 operation. Okay, so let me remove or other part as so that it will be clean for us too, right? Okay, let me clean it again, and let me write 5 plus 2. Okay, 5 plus 2. So so we have understood that, hey, we while writing code, we sometimes we mostly do any operation. Okay, so 5 plus 2, we this type of operation we actually we coder or a programmer do. Okay, but before going to understand how programmer do, okay, or maybe actually the whole goal is to actually write code for computer. Okay, so that computer can understand. Okay, so before going to explain how computer will understand this operation. Okay, okay, so before that we have to understand that how a human, okay, how a human perform this operation. Okay, because we human also do same kind of operation in our day-to-day use day-to-day use daily we actually perform such kind of operation. Okay, so so we have to first understand that how a human perform 5 plus 2 operation. Okay, so let's say let's say there is a guy. Okay, okay, let's say there is a guy. Okay, and and, and here you actually you are. Okay, and you asking to this guy. Let's say this guy is Siam. Okay, Siam, and you are like, let's say you are Ram. Okay, so Ram is asking to Siam that, hey, what will be 5 plus 2? So what a human brain works. Okay, how a human brain works is that first of all they store 5 in brain. Okay, in somewhere, or you can say memory, in memory. Okay, because in brain there is also a memory. Okay, and 5 is going to store in the memory. Okay, as well as 2 is going to also store in the memory. Okay, and One 5 and 2 is stored in the human brain, or you can say memory, then human brain task is that now perform this operation on this 5 plus 2, and after that some kind of operation and calculation we do, or how our human mind do, and then we say that hey, resultant is 7. Okay, okay. So what I want to say that, so there are one thing which is memory. Okay, memory and process. Okay, process means, let's say you have stored 5 and 2, okay, in memory, human brain memory. Okay, and then we do process could be like a, because human brain does, okay, it could be a brain let's say a main brain does this process. Okay, so there are two things, okay, memory and process. Okay, that human brain does. Okay, okay. So you say that hey, how can you say that we store 5 and 2? You might ask that hey, because let's say that, let's take a scenario. Okay, let's say this guy, okay, this guy actually this guy actually uh, this guy actually a problem. Okay, this guy is having actually a problem, and the problem is, let's say this guy has short term memory loss problem. Short term memory loss problem means this guy can't recall anything more than 1 hour. Okay, let's say within 1 hour if you ask, this guy can help. Okay, but after 1 hour he will not be able to recall whatever he has done previously, in previous 1 year. Oh, sorry, 1 hour. Okay, okay. So what the scenario is that, let's say you, again, same scenario, let's make same scenario. Okay, so here you are Ram. Okay, you are Ram. Okay, here it is Syam. Okay, here it is Syam. So at 9 a.m., okay, it at 9 a.m. you said that, you say to Syam, means Ram saying to Syam is that, let's say a plus b. Hey, you said that hey, hey Ram, you said to Syam that hey Syam, you have two variable. Okay, two variable a plus b. Okay, whose value is whose value of a is 5. Okay, and b is 7. Okay, and you said that hey, hey Syam, hey, store this thing, and I will ask you after 2 hours. Okay, so you said that hey, hey, I'll ask you that hey, what is a plus b? Okay, after 2 hours, and whose value is a equal to 5 and b equal to 7. Okay, you said to Xiao at 9 a.m. and you will ask same a plus b at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Okay, you will ask to Xiao. Okay, that what will be the answer of a plus b? And where you have also told about that hey, a equal to 5 and b equal to 7. But you know that this guy has short-term memory loss problem, because this is the common problem nowadays. Okay, not nowadays, but we can say in 1 lakh or 10,000. Okay, there is a couple of person who are having such kind of disease. Okay, so so here you know that this guy Syam only can recall or remember anything for only 1 hour. Okay, but you said at 9 a.m. and now you are asking at 11 a.m. So whatever you have said, okay, whatever you have said to 9 a.m., he can't understand. Sorry, he can't recall all those values. Getting my point? So if he can't recall both value, so even if you ask 11 a.m., okay, so he will not be able to answer a plus b is what, because he has forgotten the value of a and b, because he is having short term memory loss. So what I want to say that whatever problem, okay, whatever problem a human does, okay, human does, first of all they store value in their brain. Okay, and then brain extract that information and then process, and then again if it is required to store in the memory, then they store, or otherwise he can give output by mouth or by any body parts. Okay, So this is how a human brain works. Okay, so totally I want to say that there are two process. Okay, one is memory and second is process. Okay, so memory is used to store value. Okay, and process is, or maybe you can say brain task you to process these two value, whatever operation you have given to this brain. So they will process according to your instruction. I hope you are able to understand what I want to say. So similarly what happens that when you teach, okay, when you code, okay, so computer has to perform this operation. Okay, 5 plus 2. Okay, so to perform this operation, computer also has to store this value somewhere. Okay, because this is the uh, because computer also go through the same process as human brain similarly. Okay, because he has to also store this 5 plus 2, okay, in the memory or in the brain of computer. Getting my point? Then after that, CPU's task is to, after storing 5 and 2, they will then perform 5 plus 2. And if it is required, he can again store its value in the memory. Or if it is not required, they can directly give you the answer or the output. I hope it is clear to you so far. Okay, okay. Now the question is that, let me erase it first. Okay, okay. So we have we have seen that 5 plus 2 has to be stored in the computer memory. Computer memory, right? And once it gets stored, then computer will perform operation on this two value. And if it is required, it can again store the output of this value in the memory, or it can directly give the answer. Okay, now the question is that where? Okay, where it is get stored, these two value. Okay, and where it is get operation is performed. Okay, so 5 and 2 is gets stored in the RAM. Okay, I hope you know about this memory, RAM. Okay, because when you and this is the same RAM that you actually go to when you go to shop to buy a mobile. Okay, they ask you, hey, they explain their mobile specification, like, hey, this phone has 2 GB RAM, 64 GB ROM, or you can say storage. Okay, so that the instruction that they give you, like, hey, it has 2 GB RAM. So that 2 GB RAM is referring to this RAM. Okay, on this 2 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM, store this value. Okay, this value. Okay, and once once this is stored, then your CPU, okay, CPU, okay, or you can say, let's say, if you are working on a computer, let's say you have i3 processor. So now this processor task is to perform 5 plus 2, okay, on this value, okay, which is stored in this RAM. Okay, and once they perform once this operation is performed, then they again can store the output of this operation in the RAM. Okay, and if it is not required, it will not store. But what I want to say that, okay, whatever operation you write, okay, in coding or in programming, okay, first of all, when the code runs, okay, the value is get stored in the RAM. Okay, and and that value get stored in the RAM. And the CPU task is, or CPU task is to perform operation on that, on on that on that value, and that value get extracted from the RAM, of course. So that is the how any operation is executed in the computer. Okay, okay. Now we have to go more deeper into the RAM. Okay, so how RAM actually stores. Okay, now let me explain you the little bit about RAM. Okay, what is RAM and how actually it stores any value. Okay, so you know that RAM size is almost some let's say nowadays it is 2 GB or maybe 4 GB. Okay, or maybe 8 GB. Okay, so whatever size of RAM is, okay, but we don't need to understand what is the is any RAM is 2 GB or 4 GB or 8 GB. Okay, what we have to understand that the internal architecture. Okay, internal architecture of RAM. Okay, so what happens that in internal architecture of RAM, let's say it is RAM. Okay, let's say it is RAM of 2 GB. Okay, RAM of 2 GB. So here there are some lines. Okay, lines means that, so, and there are some we can say block. Okay, we can say there are some block like this. Okay, and every block has some a location. Okay, location, let's say this is 2 GB RAM. Okay, so this location it could be like, this location is 2000. Okay, this location could be like 2002. This location could be 2004. So of course, whatever memory, there will be some sequence by memory location. Okay, memory location is address. Okay, in physical memory even. Okay, so this is memory location, and this could be also 2006. So I hope you are getting my point, what I want to say. Okay, so every block has some location. It is similar to like a when in our village, okay, or in our city. Okay, so when wherever you have a home. Okay, that home has some location. Okay, because you write like a mm, district, that house number 1103. Okay, besides a mall. Okay, so you write such type of address for your home. Okay, so similarly in RAM, every block, okay, every block has some memory location. Okay, and why the memory location? Because whenever you will perform any operation, let's say you five you want to you want to store at here. Okay, okay, at here. Okay, you want to store 5 here. Okay, or maybe two you want to store here. Okay, you want to store 2 here. So whenever you want to extract, and if you don't know the location of where you have stored, so you can't fetch that data. So that's why the memory location is, that's why the requirement of memory location is. Okay, so memory location will help you, memory location will help you to fetch uh, the data of that address or that location. That is the use of memory address or memory location. I hope you are able to understand this point. So that is the case. Okay, so every block has some memory location or some memory address in the form of like 2000 or 2002, or uh, or different computer have different kind of memory system. Okay, memory system. But for simplicity, let's we say that this has 2000 memory location of this block, or this has 2002, this has 2004, for simplicity. Okay, so 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 when you have stored, okay, 5 here and 2 here, so this will have some memory location. Let's say this memory will have, let's say it is 5008, and this memory location is like, let's say 5000 5030. Okay, so, and so what I want to say that at 5008 you have stored 5, at 5030 your 2 is stored, and of course this memory location you are not going to assign. Okay, computer automatically assign the location and store value in the memory or in the RAM. Okay, you are not going to do it by manually. Okay, computer will automatically store. Okay, but I'm just explaining you the how any operation gets performed. Okay, that is how I'm trying to explain internally. Okay, so once you have stored 5 and 2 at mobile location 5008 and 5030, now computer will perform operation. Okay, and it will perform operation, and memory and computer actually store the address of this 5 and 2, and whenever they request to do operation, they fetch the memory locations value and then do operation. Okay, and how actually that operation you don't need to understand. The main point here is that how a value is stored in the RAM or in the memory. That is the main goal. So that is the case, right? I hope you have understood so far what actually memory, uh, how we actually store a value in the memory. I hope it is clear to you. So so let's recap that what we are trying to understand. Okay, okay. So first of all, we try to understand that what a coder or a programmer does. Okay, before going to explain what we have understood, our target is to understand variable. Okay, our target is to understand variable. Okay, so to understand variable, we first begin uh, with how what a coder or a programmer does in day-to-day use. Okay, day to daily. Okay, or on regular basis. Okay, you can say. So we saw that mostly programmer do some kind of operation. It could be addition, subtraction, or adding two vectors. Okay, so this kind of operation a programmer generally do. Okay, so then we took a simple example like 5 plus 2. Okay, how 5 plus 2 is done in computer. Okay, so to understand how 5 plus 2 is done in computer, you took example of, we took help of, you can say, human. Okay, how a human actually perform 5 plus 2, and we saw that to calculate or to perform operation like 5 plus 2, human first store value, both value 5 and 2 in the memory or in the brain, and then brain task is to get that value and then perform any operation. Okay, or addition operation, and then after that, if it is required, then brain will store that output in the memory, or it may be, if it is not required, then he can give output through mouth, or maybe other kind of from other kind of parts. Okay, so then we again then again we jump to the body. Okay, jump to the computer parts. Okay, how computer then perform the same kind of operation. Then we understood that computer also does the same kind of process, follow the same kind of process, and to us is to store the value. Okay, a computer has RAM. Okay, in RAM, 5 and 2 is get stored, and RAM, and we also saw that RAM has some type of memory location. Okay, and which helps processor or CPU or brain of, you can say, computer, uh, which helps that memory location be fetched by CPU. I mean, what I want to say that, so whenever a memory or processor will wants to do operation 5 plus 2, so that 5 plus 2 will be get fetched from that memory location, and then that will be performed. Getting my point? So this is how a simple operation is done in computer. I hope it is clear to you so far. But our main goal is to understand variable. Okay, what is variable? Okay, now let's understand what is variable. I hope it is clear to you so far what we have learned so far. Okay, so so let's define first what is variable. Okay, so variable, you can see that definition, that it is a reserved memory location to store values in RAM. I hope you are little bit guess why we have learned about RAM memory. Okay, so this is the meaning. Okay, that's why variable, what is definition of variable? It is a reserved memory location to store values in RAM. So here you can say that this was the RAM. Okay, and this is the value that we have stored, and reserved memory location is that what, 5010 and 5030. This is the reserved memory. Okay, computer will not overwrite this value. Okay, until and unless this value is been deleted. Okay, this that is the meaning of reserved memory. Once computer has assigned the value at this memory location, okay, nobody can now can store any value on this memory location. That is the meaning of it is a rigid memory location. Okay, so variable means what? Okay, the variable means memory location. Okay, memory location of 5008 or 5030, because it is saying same thing. It is a rigid memory location. If you if you stop here, okay, it is a rigid memory location. This 5008 and 5030 is a variable. We can say it is a rigid memory location. Why we are saying it is a rigid? Because until unless we delete this location, this value will be stored as until it deleted. Okay, so nobody can store any value, other value on this memory location. That is the meaning of rigid. And memory location, you understood that this RAM has some kind of memory location, and it is rigid memory location to store value, and this memory location is used to store like 5, or it may be 10, or it may be 12. It could be any value in the RAM. So I hope you are able to connect the dots. Okay, why we have learned about operation. Okay, why we have learned about RAM, why we have learned about memory location. Now now you are able to connect the dot. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand what is the meaning of variable. Variable task is it is a rigid memory location to store values in RAM. So this 5008, we can say in simply 5008 and 5030 is the variable, right? This variable is the task of this variable or memory location, or this memory location is what? To store any kind of value, because at this memory location any value can be stored. Let's say it could be 2, it could be 5, it could be 9. Similarly, this memory location can store any value, like it could be 5 or 10, 9 or 12, or any kind of value. And why, you might also get that, hey, why you want to store this value? Because you are going to perform any kind of operation, and to do any operation you have to first store in the memory, because this is the how any operation is done, even in human and even in computer. Getting my point? I hope you are able to visualize the idea behind programming or coding, or and variable as well now. Okay, why, what is variable? Because if you watch any videos on YouTube, okay, he will say that, hey, variable is used to store the memory location, sorry, variable it is used to store the value. Okay, or you can say it is a memory location to store the values in the RAM. But you can't understand actually what it is, what it's mean. But we have first understood the story. We have discussed a story, and then we connect this story to this the definition of this variable. And once we connect this dot, it becomes easier for you to visualize. Okay, and once any people visualize the concept, guys, the feeling that you will get, it can't be beaten by any other thing. That is the goal of explaining the this whole story to you, right? So I hope you have understood what is variable. Okay, so let me repeat it again. Okay, so variable is what? Variable is a rigid memory location to store values in RAM. Okay, so variable is memory location, which task is to store a value, right? So I hope it is clear to you. So what happens that? Okay, so what happens that? So whenever you actually write a code, okay, let's say you write a code of 5 plus 2. Okay, 5 plus 2. Okay, let's say, okay, so whenever you write 5 plus 2, this value first goes to RAM to be stored, okay, at any location. Let's say here, and here it has been stored, and then it gets performed. Okay, so what happens that sometimes you don't directly store 5 plus 2, you store like this. Okay, let's say you store, let's say you write a second program. Okay, you write a second program. Let's say you write something like a equal to 5 and b equal to 3, and then you write a plus b. Okay, so why you are writing like this? Because here you are creating a variable. Okay, variable task is that, let's say let's say let's say you write a equal to 5, okay, and b equal to 3. Guess what will happen in the memory? Let's say it is a, here is our RAM. Okay, here is our RAM, and let me create the block for simplicity. Okay, okay, so whenever you write a equal to 5, computer will assign, let's say, this memory block. Okay, and its memory block is, let's say it is 2020. Okay, and here here it is giving 2020, the other name like A. Okay, and B, let's say now the turn is to store value of B, 3 into B. Okay, so what you will do that, let's say it is going is to store it here. Okay, so here it is, let's say memory location is 4050. Okay, and it is also this B. Okay, so now you might ask that, hey, why we are, what is the relation then A and 2020 or B has a 4050? Okay, so what happens there? So internally, let's say you have, computer has stored 5 at here, okay, at 2020. Okay, and 3 at 4050. So whenever you want to access, okay, whenever you want to access, you have to write, hey, uh, uh, give me value of address, give me value of address, give me value, let me write value of address at 2020. Okay, so this will then give you 5. Okay, and similarly when you write give me a days of 4050, this will give you 3. So what happened that, so so a days is takes a long, a long word. Okay, but this A is alias. Okay, alias to this, alias to this memory location or memory address. Okay, so why we are giving a new name? Actually the main reason is that, let's, so if you want to fetch this value 5, you have to write the address, and address could be very very long. Let's say it could be 2000, like this. Okay, so writing this much, and it is not also readable. Okay, you are not going to understand what is the meaning of this. Okay, actually this is the address. Okay, so developer or scientist thought that, let's give a alias, okay, a simple name, so that we can access the value of this address. Okay, so they came up with the idea, let's say we give a simple name like A. Okay, so when we say A, it means that we are referring to this memory location, 2020 memory location, and and at this 2020 memory location we have stored 5. So this is the variable we can. So this A is also known as variable, and the name is A. Okay, and this also B is also a variable, and we name it B. But internally this A is referring to this memory location, or B is referring to 1450. B is referring to this memory location. Okay, and also that, okay, so I hope it is clear to you so far. Okay, so what we are trying to understand that, actually variable is a reserved memory location to store value in RAM. Okay, we have understood. Okay, but whenever you will be writing code, you will not be using the exact memory location. Okay, you will be writing a synthetic name of that memory location. Let's say we will be writing A. So when you write A equal to 5, 5 is going to be stored in the RAM like this at this memory location. Okay, but when you want to access this value, generally you have to write this memory location, and this memory location doesn't give you the uh, doesn't help you in readability way. Okay, let's say if you write 2020, okay, it will not give you, hey, what you are trying to write. But when you write A equal to 5, okay, A equal to 5, okay, A equal to 5, it makes your code readable. Okay, people can easily understand that, hey, you are storing a equal to 5 means in a there is a 5. I hope you are able to understand what I want to say and what is the meaning of here aliasing, okay, giving another name, okay, that of that memory location. I hope it is clear to you. That is the reason we use a or b or any kind of variable, okay. I hope it is clear to you. Now let's start to understand that why we say variable, okay. Why we say, you might say that, hey, variable can be can be said like, hey, we can also say that memory location, but why we are saying variable, okay. So variable, it is said that because variable means variable means which can be varied, okay. Which can be varied means which can be which can be changed, okay. So which can be changed, okay. So let me write that variable means which can be changed. That is the meaning of variable. So whenever you write a equal to 5, okay, and let's say you want to change the value of this memory address or memory location, okay. So then you can directly use a equal to 7, okay. And what will happen then, so whenever you write a equal to 5, let's say it has been stored at this here 5, and then again when you write a equal to 7, a equal to 7, okay. So what will that, this will delete or override 5 to 7. So what I want to say that, so value of this variable, okay, this variable or variable name you can say or memory address has been changed, okay. That's why we are saying variable, okay. That's why we are saying variable means value of this a can be changed, okay, according to our requirement, okay. And if you don't want to change, it can also not change, okay. But if you want to change, it can be changed. That is the meaning of variable, right? But internally, variable means it is a reserved memory location, okay, to store values in RAM. And that location can can be the value of that location can be changed by using code, right? That is the meaning of variable. I hope you are able to connect the dots what I want to say, right? Okay. I hope you are able to understand that, okay. So now let's revise what we have learned so far, okay. Okay, so let's summarize that topic. Okay, let's summarize the topic. So first of all, in whole video, okay, what we are trying to understand, we are trying to understand variable in Python, okay. And I said that variable is not only related to Python, okay, or it is not the concept of only Python, but it is also the concept of any programming language, because it is the building block of any coding or any programming problem or any programming. So to understand variable, we started that what a programmer or coder do, okay, or what types of software we actually write, and we understood that whenever we write any software or uh, any code, okay, so generally we actually do some kind of operation, okay. We want computer to perform any kind of operation. It could be 5 plus 2, it could be 5 minus 3, it could be adding two vectors, it could be finding a word in a sentence, okay. So such kind of operation you generally perform, okay, we generally do, or a computer programmer do. I hope it is clear to you. So then we understood that, then we took a example of a simple operation like 5 plus 2, okay. And then we started that, hey, how a 5 plus 2 is being performed in human brain, okay, how a human perform. And in that we understood that, we have seen that there is a two term, there is a memory and process, okay. Memory is task is to store 5 and 2, and process is used to perform any kind of operation between those two values, right? And that is the main goal of that explanation, okay. And then we again clone that mechanism to computer, okay. And we also saw that, hey, internally how memory is any value is stored in the memory or in the RAM, okay. So to perform any operation on that value, right? And we saw that in RAM there is a block, okay, mini block, okay, and that block has some memory location, because we know that, so whenever we are storing some value, so after a couple of time if you want to restore that value, so by using memory location we can fetch that value by using that memory location. And the computer also does follow that same process. So whenever you want to perform a plus b or 5 plus 2, they fetch that value from that memory location, and then computer give you the result, right? And and then we saw that what is the meaning of, or what is the definition of variable. Variable definition is that it is a reserved memory location to store values in the RAM, right? And we also saw that why we are saying variable, because the any value that you are storing, let's say if you are storing at 2020 memory location 5, okay, but you can also change the value. Let's say you now you want to store 6 at this memory location, you can change, okay, and you can change by using alias of this memory location. We are referring to a, okay, or it can be also a. Getting my point? So whenever we write a, internally we are referring to any memory location, you can say that, okay, whenever you are using a, indirectly you are referring to any memory location. I hope you are able to understand. And this variable, we can say this variable, okay, so we can say that the value of this variable can be changed. That's why we are saying it is a variable, right? So I hope it is clear to you so far. So that is the variable, okay. The variable is that reserved memory location to store value. I hope it is clear to you so far. In next video we will talk more about variable, like how to initialize variable, okay. We'll talk more about variable, okay, and we will also be seeing by doing coding, okay, how we actually use variable. But the concept of actually what is variable, it is clear to you. And in next video when we will be doing code, okay, so it will be more clear to you, right? But I hope this video is helpful for you to understand the internal meaning of variable. I hope I am able to clear this problem concept. Thank you.